Law number 1, the will to power. The main driving force of life is not survival. It is not comfort. And it is not pleasure. Life moves through one force above all others. The will to power. Nietzsche did not mean the desire to dominate others. He spoke of the inner demand to grow, to expand, to overcome what you were yesterday. Every living being expresses this will. Life does not aim to remain. It aims to rise. When the will to power is strong, a person seeks challenge. They choose difficulty over comfort. They test their limits, and then cross them. When it is weak, it is replaced by the need for safety, approval, and avoidance of pain. Such a person does not ask, "What can I become?" They ask, "How can I stay comfortable?" Modern society rewards obedience over strength, and comfort over growth. People are taught to fit in, to want less, to not stand out. But ambition is not a flaw. Intensity is not a problem. They are signs of life pushing beyond itself. The will to power appears in resistance. In moments when failure sharpens you, instead of breaking you. Suffering is not meaningless. It is pressure, revealing whether you collapse or transform. Great individuals do not ask for life to be easier. They ask to become stronger. The will to power is self-overcoming. You are not meant to remain who you are. You are meant to surpass yourself. It asks only one question. Will you choose growth or comfort? Because life will move forward regardless. The only question is whether it moves forward through you or without you. Law number 2. The Übermensch. The Übermensch is not a ruler of others. He is a creator of values. Nietzsche introduced the Übermensch to confront a world ruled by borrowed beliefs. Most people do not live by values they chose. They inherit them from culture, from religion, from fear. The Übermensch refuses this inheritance. He does not ask, "What should I believe?" He asks, "What is worthy of my life?" To create values means to accept full responsibility. No tradition to hide behind. No authority to blame. No crowd to validate your choices. This is why few attempt it. Creating values is dangerous, because it exposes you. If you fail, there is no excuse. The Übermensch lives beyond good and evil, as society defines them. Not immoral, but self-authored. He does not obey rules meant for the average. He shapes principles strong enough to carry his own weight. This path demands solitude. Those who follow the crowd will never understand those who walk ahead. The Übermensch is not born. He is forged. Through discipline. Through risk. Through repeated self-overcoming. He destroys weak values. Not out of cruelty, but to make space for stronger ones. In a world afraid to stand alone, the Übermensch becomes a living question. Will you live by what you were given, or by what you create? Law number 3, the death of God. Nietzsche did not mean it literally. He meant that the old sources of meaning, morality, religion, unquestioned tradition, have lost their power over humanity. The rules that once guided behavior, that once promised comfort and certainty, no longer hold. The world is silent. No higher authority gives direction. No divine hand will tell you what is right. No inherited morality can protect you. This is terrifying. Without God, there is no guarantee. No absolute. No safety net. But this is also liberating. Because if God is dead, then the responsibility for meaning falls entirely on you. You cannot blame destiny, society, or heaven. You cannot follow blindly. You must create your own path. Your own values. Your own purpose. This is the essence of freedom. And also its curse. Most people, faced with this vacuum, cling to illusions, to comfort, to rules that no longer serve them. They fear the emptiness. They shrink into mediocrity. But the courageous confront it. They accept responsibility. They ask the hardest question. If God is gone, what will I live for? And in answering, they forge themselves. They become the architects of meaning. They step beyond tradition. Beyond fear. Beyond dependence. The death of God is not the end. It is the beginning. The question is not what God tells you. The question is what you choose to create. Law number 4, the revaluation of all values. What is good? What is evil? Nietzsche asked this question because the old answers no longer suffice. Moral systems are inherited. They tell you what to desire, what to avoid, what to praise, what to condemn. But who decides these rules? And why should they be followed unquestioned? The revaluation of all values is the act of asking. Are these ideals worthy of life? Do they strengthen us, or weaken us? Many values, Nietzsche argued, were born from weakness. Humility praised the timid. Obedience rewarded the powerless. Compassion glorified suffering. These values protect the weak, but they limit the strong. They stop growth. They stop creation. They stop life. Revaluation is not destruction for its own sake. It is liberation. It is the courage to discard inherited morals that no longer serve vitality, to replace them with values that affirm life, that demand effort, strength, and honesty. This is dangerous. To judge all that you were taught is to stand alone. To create your own standards is to risk misunderstanding, rejection, even hatred. But this is the task of the strong. To question everything. To destroy what is false. And to forge values worthy of a life lived fully. The revaluation of all values is not optional. It is the path to freedom, to power, to becoming who you are meant to be. Law number 5, Master and Slave Morality. Nietzsche saw two kinds of morality. Master morality is created by the strong. It values strength, pride, courage, and creation. Good means powerful. Bad means weak. Slave morality is created by the weak. Unable to act, they judge. Unable to create, they condemn. Strength becomes evil. Power becomes immoral. Submission becomes virtue. This morality does not rise upward. It pulls downward. Nietzsche did not glorify cruelty. He exposed resentment. The strong create values. The weak redefine strength as sin. The question is simple. Will you create values? Or judge those who do? Law number 6, Amor Fati. Amor Fati means the love of fate. Not tolerance. Not resignation. But full acceptance of life. including pain, chaos, and loss. Most people endure life while secretly wishing it were different. They regret the past. They resent suffering. They dream of another path. Nietzsche rejected this weakness. To love fate is to say yes to everything that happened, because it forged who you are. Pain is not an accident. Chaos is not a mistake. They are shaping forces. Amor Fati does not ask, "Why did this happen to me?" It asks, "How can I affirm it?" Nothing is rejected. Nothing is denied. Even suffering is transformed into strength. This is not passive acceptance. It is power. Only those who love their fate are truly free. Law number 7, eternal recurrence. Imagine this question. What if you had to live your life again and again, exactly the same, for eternity? Every pain, every choice, every regret, repeated endlessly. Nietzsche called this the eternal recurrence, not as a theory of time, but as a test of life. If this thought crushes you, you are living against yourself. But if you can say yes, if you would choose this life again, then you are living fully. Eternal recurrence demands responsibility. Nothing is small. Every moment matters. You cannot escape your choices. You must affirm them. Live in a way that you would repeat, without resentment. This is the highest form of strength. To desire your life exactly as it is, forever. Law number 8, becoming overbeing. Nietzsche rejected the idea that a person is a finished entity. To exist is not enough. Life is movement. Life is transformation. You are not something fixed. Not a stable identity. Not a final form. You are a process. Most people cling to labels. Who they were. Who they are told to be. They seek stability. Because change is painful. But becoming demands destruction. Old versions must die, for stronger ones to emerge. There is no final self to reach. Only constant overcoming. Those who stop becoming begin to decay. To live fully is to remain in motion, always shaping, never finished. Law number 9, self-overcoming. Growth is born from conflict. Not external struggle, but internal resistance. The greatest enemy is not the world, but the part of you that seeks comfort. Most people avoid this fight. They negotiate with weakness. They call it balance. Nietzsche called it decay. Self-overcoming means turning against your limits. Against habits that keep you small. Against fear disguised as reason. This conflict is painful, because something must be sacrificed. Old desires. Old identities. Old excuses. But without this tension, there is no growth. To overcome yourself is to recreate yourself again and again. Law number 10, the danger of compassion. Compassion is not always virtue. Nietzsche warned that blind pity does not heal. It preserves weakness. When suffering is immediately protected, it is never overcome. Pain loses its power to transform. Compassion that removes all struggle steals growth. It keeps people dependent, fragile, unchallenged. This does not mean cruelty. Nietzsche did not reject empathy. He rejected compassion. That denies responsibility. True respect does not lower the standard. It demands strength. Sometimes the most honest response is not to comfort, but to challenge. Because only struggle creates power, and only power creates growth.